Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about what Lightarr is, who it's made for, how to install it on Unraid, and a demo of the app at the end. I will put timestamps below so that if you want to skip the installation on Unraid, you can skip to the demo directly. The app is available as a Docker container. I will put links below to the Docker Hub and a GitHub repo with instructions there so you can install it as a Docker container. But first, what is Lightarr? Lightarr is a home automation tool that connects your media server to your smart lights. So for example, you can set commands such that when you start watching something, it automatically turns off all the lights. Or when you pause the media, it turns them on and dims them to 20% brightness. And then when you stop watching the media, it turns all the lights on and set the brightness to 100%. And so many more, which I'm going to demonstrate at the end. But before getting started, one thing to note is that Lightarr right now is only available with Plex, with Plex Pass, and Wiz smart lights. But if you're interested in using Lightarr and if you have a different setup, please let me know in the comments. I will do my best to implement it as fast as I can. Just let me know in the comments. I will put also other ways to contact me in the description. One is through the Unraid forum. The other one is through the GitHub repo. You can simply just open an issue. I will monitor them as well. Just let me know and I will add the whatever system you have to Lightarr so you can use it as well. But for now, let's go ahead and get started on installing Lightarr on Unraid. So first thing you want to do is open your Unraid server and then head over to apps. And once it loads, you can simply search for Lightarr, hit install, and the setup should be fairly simple. The only fields you want to make sure you fill out are Plex authentication token and subnet. For Plex authentication token, the way you can get it is that you can go over to your Plex, sign in as one of the users, open any media on your server, hit more, get info, view XML. Once you click this, it's going to take you to a tab that looks like this. And on this tab, on the URL, if you go all the way down to the very end of this URL, you're going to see this X Plex token equals something. This is your Plex token, Plex authentication token. So you want to copy that. You put it in Plex authentication token. This is so that Lightarr can get all the users and devices that are on your Plex server. And then for the subnet, you simply want to put your network subnet. If you don't know what it is, it's usually going to be the same address as your server. The first three numbers are going to be the same, 192.168.1. And for the last one, you want to put .0/24. If you have a different address, then make sure you change this. This helps Lightarr to detect all the smart lights registered on your network automatically. And for the web UI port, you can leave it as is. If you have a conflicting container port, you can change it, but make sure you remember it. And the app data you can leave the same, and then hit apply. It's going to take only a few seconds to install because it is super lightweight. And that's it. You hit done, and then it's added to your apps. So go ahead and open it, and once you open it, you're going to be brought to this page. And at the top, you can see these three tabs. First thing you want to do is head over to Bulbs tab. This is all the bulbs, all the smart lights that Lightarr detected on your network. If you can't see any of the lights that you already have on this page, you have to make sure that they're turned on and they're already registered on your network. And once that's done, you can hit find more bulbs, and it will automatically search through your network and add them to this list. And the next thing you want to do is use this flashlight button to identify which light is which. So for example, in this case, if I flash this, I don't know if you can see it in the camera here, but it's my bedroom light. So I'm just going to change the name to bedroom 1. And in this case, I assume that would be bedroom 2. But you can go ahead and give all of them a user-friendly name. And then if you also click on the little picture, you can also change the bulb image. Once that's done, you can head over to Plex tab. And here you have saved accounts and saved devices. This is so that if you have multiple accounts on your Plex and in reality you only deal with 1 or 2 of them, you can only add those so that when you're configuring rules, you don't have a whole list of accounts. You only have 1 or 2 to choose from. Same for devices. So in this case, for this demonstration, I'm just going to add 2 users. And then I'm going to go over to devices. And for example, I'm going to add the TV and this tablet here. And so if I now check my devices, I have 2. If I check my accounts, I also have 2. The last thing you want to do is define rules. This is where you tell Lightarr what to do and when to do it. So for example, I'm going to add a rule such that when user 2 plays or resumes media on the TV, what I want to happen when there's media being played is to turn off all the lights. I'm going to add that, then you can give it a name, and I'm just going to say play on TV, for example. But for this demonstration, I'm just going to add another one, and then I'm going to say when user 3, for example, plays or resumes media on, I'm going to leave device blank. This means that I don't care on which device user 3 plays or resumes something, as long as it's user 3. I would like to maybe turn off bedroom lights and dim to 10 the rest of the lights. I'm going to add that so we can have more than one command be sent to different bulbs. I'm going to add that. I'm just going to call it play for user 3. And then you can also click on them to make sure to read what the rule is. And I'm going to add another one for this demonstration such that when user 3 plays or stops media on any device, turn on and dim to 100% all the lights. And I'm just going to call it stop for user 3. Enter that. And the last thing you want to do is you want to head over to your Plex, go to account settings, and on the left here, go to webhooks. This is where you need Plex Pass. And you're going to have to add a webhook. And for the URL, you're going to put http :/ your server's address. So in this case, mine is this, colon, the port for Lightarr, which is by default is going to be 1000, but if you've changed it, make sure that it's reflected here, /Plex hook. I'm going to hit save changes. So now I've defined rules for user 3. So if I head over to my Plex, log in as user 3, and start watching anything, you can see that, hopefully you can see it in the camera here, these 2 lights turned on, and those 3 over there dimmed to 10%. Let me actually let me pause this. There we go. Okay. These 2 turned off, those dimmed to 10%. Now if I pause it, it's going to turn them back on to full brightness. And if I stop watching, it's also going to turn them back on to full brightness. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have a different media server, if you have different smart lights, please let me know that you're interested in Lightarr and what type of smart lights you have, what's the brand, and what media server you're running. Let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to add compatibility for that as well. If you'd like to see any extra features, or if you're running into any bugs, if you want to do any troubleshooting, let me know in the comments. Also, I will respond to the comments. I will also put link for the Unraid forum and for the GitHub repo. If you have any issues, you can go ahead to the GitHub repo, open an issue, and I will check those as well. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video. If you end up using Lightarr, let me know in the comments if you like it. And if you'd like to see anything different, or if you have any questions, I will be more than happy to help. Thank you so much. Take care.